Hey there guys, how you doing? My name is Omega Soybean 64. Well, last time I talked about Legend of Korra. No boy did I say shit. So, now that we put characters aside and themes aside and endings and bullcrap, let's get to the real toasty part. That did not make any sense. But I don't care. So season 1 starts, and what we see at first is Kid Korra, 5, 6-year-old, don't care, mastering all the elements. Basically, to explain real quick how this works. Aang was the avatar, then he died. Every time an avatar dies, a new one is reborn. So, to explain how this works, in the Legend of Korra, almost half of the people are called benders, and they can bend the elements: fire, earth, water, and air. The Avatar is born once after a previous Avatar dies and can control all of these elements. Normal benders can control only one element. And some people just are not benders at all. They do nothing. They just sit there like normal people. Anyway. So, we see, also, Aang dies. Never fully explained how. You know what? I don't care. I really don't care anymore. Sure, Aang dies, whatever. So, some people go and find where Korra lives. They learn that she's the Avatar, she's mastered already 3 of the elements, and after a lot of training, she finally, well, actually, when they met her, she knew the elements, then she mastered them, after some years. But then she just couldn't learn how to airbend. So Aang's son, Tenzin, comes and is like, I'm gonna take you for a trip in a town that's gonna be awesome. And it's like, cool. So they go there where Korra trains and fails miserably at becoming an airbender. As they go there, they meet somewhat of a villainous gang. So their leader is Amon. What they basically believe in, they're non-benders, all of them, except Amon, but I'm going to get on that for a bit. And they believe that benders are taking over. None of that actually happens. And they shouldn't exist because it's not fair. Why can't we shoot fire? We're so jealous, we gotta kill them all. And a monk has a way to take away someone's bending. So you bend rocks. Now you don't bend rocks anymore. Which is really interesting when I first saw it. And I was like, wow, it's awesome. Because the only one who could do that was Aang. So as the series goes on, some things happen. They have many encounters with that guy. Korra kind of craps her pants when she thinks, she's like, oh god, I'm gonna lose my bending, but that's all I got. How will I punch people then? God, I hate you, Korra. Hair, get out the way. Ugh. Anyway, after that, Amon, with Asami's father, who was a traitor, takes over the city. And the only thing that's left for Korra, Mako, Pauline, Asami, and her bear dog, yes, I just said that, it's a polar bear dog. I actually have no problem with that, because, you know what, screw it, it's just a bear dog, we'll just accept it. They just have to hide while they call for reinforcements. So, reinforcements. So they call in the Fire Nation, which is now good. after the Fire Lord has been defeated, and now it's a good Fire Lord there, not a bad one. An old friend of theirs comes with ships and trying to help. They go there, and they all die. Because Asami's father has invented the first planes. By the way, the technology of that era is kind of like the the 1890s. It's kind of old technology. So planes have just been invented and are used for wrong reasons, for war, to destroy the good people trying to free the town from a monk who has taken over the city, and is every bender he catches, he takes away their bending. Korra still doesn't know how to airbend. So then they catch Tenzin and his family, who they're also airbenders. She has 3 children. One is a spoiled piece of shit. Second one is also a spoiled piece of shit. The only good one is Jinora, I guess. The only interesting one. The other one is another girl, more annoying version of her. And then there's that little 3rd-year-old piece of crap. I don't remember its name. I don't want to remember its name. It sucks. And then there's their mother, who is not a bender. Yeah, that's it, everybody. Also, Tenzin's is Avatar Aang-san. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I have short-term memory loss. Yay. Anywho, after they fail epically, they get together. They're like, okay, so Palin, the Earthbender, will go with Asami right behind the mountains where the airplanes flew. So they destroy their land, so they destroy the road so they can't take off. And as they go there, they find Asami's father, who wants to battle with Asami. And he's like, join me, Asami. Join the dark side, Asami. And Asami's like, zap! End of story, I guess. And then it starts coming down to a final showdown with the monk. So Korra and Mako go find, as they try to go around the city, sneak around, in Among's HQ, in his palace, his brother, who was a small enemy of them for 2 episodes, he was something called Bloodbender. It's basically waterbenders so powerful that can bend the blood. Waterbenders can bend only liquid, so if they train too hard, super much, they can bend the blood inside you, which is really cool and was discovered first at Avatar: The Last Airbender. God, I'm gonna say that a lot. And they realize it was his brother, and they tell its Among's backstory, and as they were children of, and their father was also Bloodbender, that hated Avatar Aang. Avatar Aang then took away his bending because he was too dangerous. So he taught his kids, I don't know how he did it without having bending anymore, but he was like, move your hands like this, and the kids were like, okay. They suffered. He made them fight. He made the 2 brothers fight with blood bending, which is really horrible, which I thought, okay, that's pretty cool, actually. Very dramatic. And then it's like, we learned that Among is not just a super-powered god that takes away bending, he's a bloodbender, and that's how he does it. Doesn't completely explain it, though, but fine. So after that, they try to prove to Among's fans that he's a bender, so they turn against him. It fails. Then they meet in private with a monk, and then he blood bends them and takes away Korra's bending. Da-da-da! But then, somehow, she knows how to airbend now. And she just airbends the crap out of him. I'm like, how? When? How? He just took away her bed. Why can't you airbend? Why? Anyway, so she just throws Mong out the window in front of his fans, where he falls in the water and has to waterbend to get out of here. Everyone sees he's a bender, so they turn against him. Then he goes back to his HQ, takes his brother out, goes on a boat, and he's like, brother, I've changed my mind. We can leave peacefully on an island. His brother lights the engine of the boat on fire and blows them both to shit. Okay, end of story. I'm not done yet. Nah, not a chance I'm done yet. So after they die, Korra's like, I lost my brother. I can't punch people so hard anymore. And then she goes to North Pole. And then she meets the ghost of Avatar Aang, which does a technique on her face and restores her bending. And now she knows how to restore bending. So all the people that lost their bending against Among, she goes back and she's like, learn how to bend again. And they're like, I can bend again. Thank you for saving me. Now I've got minor brain damage. Yeah, that. And that's the end of the series. Well, between everything I said, we have some fights between, I don't know, some shoulders, some planes explode. Nothing special. The only big scene is when the general of the army jumps on one of the planes that escape and falls on a monk statue and destroys it. But first of all, I don't have footage of that. Second of all, it's just that. It's just plain, yeah. Screw the system, yeah! Boom, a monk goes down, boom! Oh yeah, and then she takes back her bending and they're like, oh no, I love you. Also, remember that love triangle between Pauline, Korra, and Mako? Now Mako likes Asami, and Korra is jealous. After they broke up. But then got... So, between the season, now that I'm done, Korra is with Mako. They break up. She goes with Pauline. Then they kiss while she's with Pauline. Then Pauline sees it and is like, you cheated on me. Then they break up again, and then he goes with Asami. But then he goes back with Korra. Fuck that script. Fuck that script. So that was season 1 of Legend of Korra, everybody. That's it. I got nothing more to say. It was okay. It had some good moments, but these epic moments, it had some epic moments, but they were amazingly overshadowed by how much they wanted to make it a romantic bullshit thing. I don't want to see romance. I want to see adventure. I want to see exploring. I don't want to see a love triangle between stupid teenagers. I want to see the world. I want to see adventure, yay! So that was Legend of Korra Season 1. Be sure to tune in next time while I will cover Season 2, 3, and 4. This is gonna be a long ride. But town!